there, Dr. Cole.
Hi, Jill.
Hi. I was hoping that maybe you could tell us or talk to us about why it's important that we have our animals adjusted or chiropractic care even when they're young, maybe not so much older dogs or cats.
No problem. So I get this question a lot as far as whether or not puppies or kittens or young horses, anything like that needs to be adjusted and why they would need to be. The bulk of my practice is definitely older dogs, senior dogs, and cats and that sort of thing. But people forget that one of the most crucial stages of development is puppyhood and kittenhood. When these animals are growing up, we want them to have the best chance possible at developing the strongest structure. And that's really what I work on. And you have to keep in mind, chiropractic is very gentle on animals regardless of age. So you're not going to hear any of that popping, clicking, cracking that a lot of people associate with chiropractic in humans. On animals, already it's very gentle. And to top it off, when you work on an infant of any species, it's even more gentle. We always adjust the way that we adjust to really fit whomever we're working on. So as far as why it's necessary or would be beneficial for your baby, just like with any species, the birth process can be very traumatic. They're crammed in this little room with usually upwards of 3 to anywhere around 10 or 13 animals all in there curled up together, and when they're actually birthed, that can do a number on their structure. When they're growing up, these puppies and kittens are clumsy. They're constantly falling. They go downstairs. If you've got little kids, they've probably had their tails tugged a few times too. And then as soon as they kind of reach that adolescent terrible twos phase, which usually happens between 4 and 6 months, they're getting into everything. Some people have animals that are diggers. Some have cats that you accidentally shut in between your screen and your front door. These things happen. It's life. But what you have to keep in mind is they don't happen without consequence. When an animal takes a spill or falls down the stairs or does get locked in between 2 doors or in a drawer or something like that, it's bound to have some kind of effect on their body. Now, with younger animals, they're so good as far as compensating that half the time you'll never know that they're hurting. It's one of those things where it comes to survival of the fittest. In the wild, those animals that show the least amount of weakness are the ones that make it the longest and the furthest in life. The ones that show any kind of weakness are first ones gone on the food chain. So inherently, young animals are born with this instinct to always cover up a weakness, which can happen all throughout development. One of the biggest things I see is in little dogs they're called chondrodystrophic breeds. Basically, they're little dogs that start development and they develop in such a wrong way that they actually almost look like a bulldog. Their little arms come in and bend forward so it looks like they're bow-legged. Now, a lot of people will ask me in their later years if that is something that could have been prevented, and the answer is absolutely. If we work on the structure when they're little, while they're developing this bone structure, those are all things that we can help placate down the road. Same thing with limps and seizures and anything in allergies even. All those things could be structurally related. If we address structure at an early age, you can improve their function then too. So to wrap a long story up, basically the younger you start them, the better, because that way they can develop properly over time. They won't need to be seen as often because their body can bounce back a lot quicker. However, it's always good to focus on protection and prevention rather than waiting 9 years down the road, and then at that point it's just being a band-aid, trying to cover up years and years of things that have gone wrong. Whereas if you start right from the get-go, it's a lot easier.
Good. So if somebody is interested in booking an appointment with you, what is the best way to get a hold of you, or can they just contact the Pet Bistro and make their appointment there?
Best way to get a hold of me is to contact the store. They do all of the scheduling here. They're great. I am here every Tuesday evening and usually one Saturday a month as well. The number is 248-548-3448. I think we even have a few spots left open tonight, so if you give the store a call, maybe I'll be seeing you later.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your information.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.